Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Brandon's Basic Math. I've got a few more ACT math practice problems for us to go over, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. So question 16, what expression must the center cell of the table below contain so that the sums of each row and each column are equivalent? So if that's the case, that means this row has to equal this row, which has to equal this row, and all those rows have to equal each column as well, right? So if that's the case, we can choose any row that's complete here. So if we're just going through with the first row on the top here. So that means negative 4x plus 9x plus 2x, which equals 7x, has to be the same for all rows and all columns. We want that to be 7x. So if that's the case, all we need to do is just take either the column here or the row here and just set it equal to 7x to solve for the missing one here. So let's just take the column here, top to bottom. So we have 9x plus n minus 5x. We know this has to equal 7x. So if we add 5, that's 12x, and we subtract 9, that's 3x. So n has to equal 3x here. That's answer choice G, and that sets up all the rows and the columns to be equivalent to each other. Let's go ahead and move on to the next problem here. So point A is to be graphed in a quadrant not on an axis of the standard xy coordinate plane below. If the x coordinate and the y coordinate of point A are to have the same signs, then point A must be located in. So in this case, all we're looking at is the positives and the negatives. So if we're in quadrant 1, our x is going to be positive because it's to the right. Anything to the right is positive. Anything up is positive. Anything to the left on the x-axis is negative. Anything down on the y-axis is also negative. So in this case, quadrant 1 is going to be x with the positive, and then a positive y as well. So those two match, so quadrant 1 works. Quadrant 2, we're going to have a negative x, but we're going to have a positive y. So quadrant 2 is not going to work because they're different signs. Quadrant 3, we have a negative x, and then we have a negative y. Both have negatives, so this works. And then quadrant 4, we have a positive x and a negative y. So these signs are different, so quadrant 4 is not going to work. So that means our answer here is going to be 1 and 3, which is going to be answer choice E. So if you like these tutorials, please be sure to leave a like and give me a follow.